Today I want to talk about a concept that is really fundamental and important in all of that is aura and all of that is all my methodologies. That is the concept of shape-shifting. I don't actually use the shape-shifting like it exists in the world, like in the quantic field, in the quantic world, physics, not in the quantic field, because in the quantic field, of course, it exists in the same way. But I like always to, when I'm mentoring or I'm creating things, even if I have concepts that were part of the development of my methodology, my personal methodology, I also always like to explain in my own words, in my own word, actually, because it's always different from one person to another. That's why I can be your mentor, but I'm not the mentor for that other person, because we connect from our line of comprehensive of the world and our cosmovision also. So yeah, I have all these concepts in the way of manifestation, body changing, like in the shape shifting, like I can change my body, my shape, the way that I'm seen, and the way I see, and the way I live reality, right? So if I embody that in my research, has a lot of like this concept of ancestrality, to really connect deep with my roots and not just like from the outside, like, okay, I have indigenous people in my life, ancestors, so I'm going to go see who they are, but that, it's just not this outside look, because, well, it's really hard to know our ancestors in Brazil. It's not something you can have a really fine line of knowing those people. And so I started to look from within. Of course, I passed it to a lot of people, indigenous, quilombolas, like we call it here, Africans from Brazil, to really native from the Andes. Also, I really need to say this because it was really important for me. The indigenous from Peru were like, I have a lot of thanks to in gratitude for the path. But the thing is, because I was so open to go deep on this concept of searching my inner ancestrality, because the concept of epigenetics also gave me that, but if I stop looking out to find who they were, what they do, or where they were, or who they were, and I start to look from within. Epigenetics gave me this idea, like I am them, and quantics also gave me this. That was just like, okay, there's no time, there's no line, so I am. They are here. The descendants also, so we are all in here at the same time. How can I actually feel this? Because I'm not a person who sees a concept and just like, oh, that's the reality. Oh my god, I'm gonna do this. That's the reality. No, I like to go deep within myself, to like really embody the things that seem to be true for me, and to see if they are really, I just like, it's important to go. Of course, this actually, after you go, you can come back and see, whoa, that's why things changed, because I believed and I did it. So that's what I like to do. I like to do it. Like to actually live and embody something that I feel that is real first. Not that I like what I see or what is written or what it says that is good, but I feel in my body that's good. That gives me something. That expanded me. I feel good here. Feeling the body before anything be real, because that is one that is one of something about the concept also. If I understand that I can shape shift my reality, I understand that for that to happen, I need to shift my vision of the reality. So I've seen, like, this is example is really good. Like, okay, we are in a party, something is off about someone. I just like saw him, and I saw this person. I was just like, oh no, there's something off. No, excuse me. The person tried to get me to me. I just like went to another place where I feel good, when I feel released from it, because I'm not, I don't, I go where I feel my body. I just like, I'm not a babysitter for every adult. So but other person, a friend of mine, because this is a real situation, felt in her body that was weird, that this guy was just like and she was just like responding to this person that, you know, like, okay, this guy was, I'm gonna tell the story like really, the guy came and said, because this is the real, there's no way that this is not real. And I was just like, oh, I don't have time for this. I just like, I want to dance to the music. So I just like went out. I saw that the guy was just so right about his word, about his vision, about his reality, about his affirmation, that I was just like, what am I gonna try to do? I'm not getting into this. I don't need it. I don't want to. So you keep your reasons. It's okay. It's okay. It's just, it doesn't hurt me. You have your reasons, but just don't come to try to make my reasons be yours, because we live in different realities. Though my friends didn't came out, they opened up themselves and tried to like take the reason out of him, you know, to explain a different vision or to show. And the guy was just like, no. He was closed. He was just wanting to be seen and talk about his reality, his real, I don't know, his certainty, and not open to see people, so, or life, or a phenomenon of everything that is there, you know. Yeah, let's go to the phenomenon. So me and my friend, we chose a different timeline for our life, because I was firm inside myself that what I want to experience in my life every day, in every moment, so I bring this to presence, is I want to be in a growth state. I want to be in peace. I want to be real. I want to feel love. I want to feel like open. But at the same time, I just want to be peaceful in my openness. So it's different when someone brings a vision. You don't agree with that vision, but you are not saying that your vision is the only one that exists, because I'm sorry, but I lived a different life. No one lived the same life as me. The reality for you is the same. No one lived your life. So you are, and this is you are not a guitar. I have a guitar, you can have a guitar, a lot of people can have a guitar. It's an instrument that is replicated. I am an instrument that cannot be replicated. I'm Julia, and I'm an instrument that cannot be replicated. You also. That's why there is no voice like yours, there is no voice like mine. And how do you want to, I need to understand how this word is in English, afinar, you know, like when it's out of the tone and you have to, yeah, I'm gonna write it in the video how it's the word in English. You have to know how to do it. For which tone do you want to play your strings? Which rhythm do you want to play your strings? What heightening do you want to play your strings? Which frequency do you want to play your strings? And that's your choice, because you're the only one that has the ability to go and afinar your instrument. Okay, well, we got to a good place here. So that's why sometimes to change, to shape shift ourselves, our life, and what we live, we need to first start to see life as a phenomenon. What does that mean? A tree is a tree because we as humans agreed that that is a tree. But the tree itself doesn't call herself a tree. She just is. She just exists. She just is. So before a concept of interpretation, like humans saying that that thing is a tree, exists the tree that it's her. And that is the mindset we start to look life from. Everything is a phenomenon. I have this guy, he's Dave DeGeam. He's like a master for me in this moment. He said something the other day for me, was just like, he said, the sages, the masters, the ones that were studying and passing the teachings of Kabbalah, they could smell the frequency, let's say, in other words, of people. I somehow was so connected to this wisdom because I smell also. I can see and smell and feel really subtle but profound in my body what the person is bringing in her intention inside herself. So she can be like, but I'm feeling. She can be like, and I'm feeling. So the example of the other guy, why before he even say a word, my body was just already like moving, not giving so much attention when he came. I was just like, I smelled. I felt his presence. I felt his body, the way that he was just like putting himself in the middle of a lot of women, just him as man coming and just like how he owned the place. And I was just like, no. You can smell. You can feel in your body. And it's an ability you can enroll, you can develop. How can I start to feel my body more and more so I can be more aware of what's really happening outside and inside. So this is why the methodology of my mentorships, the methodology of aura itself, it starts with awareness. That's why it's a journey of 5 steps till you reach the ascendancy of which you came to get in the first place. So you get inside aura for a reason, for a choice that you did. First, you're gonna become aware of a different perspective. You're gonna become aware of a different point of view. You're gonna be aware of different feelings in your body. You're gonna become aware of how to train differently your daily life with the tools that, well, in the mentorship, I see in your body that is the best for you. And then we go for the other steps. Because if I want to teach or to show a person that she needs to change her posture, like she's a person like this and she needs to do like this, I'm not just gonna say that to her in her body. Because if she's doing this, it's because she needs to be aware of something that is happening inside of her that is making her having this posture, because it's not natural. This is not a natural posture. Our body is designed to feel pleasure and to be aligned in the posture. So if the person is not naturally in that place, that is a reason why she needs to be aware of. So that is something that I feel a lot of people are missing on this. Like, they want to quickly change everyone's life. Everyone's like, I need my manifest, I want this, I want that, I want that, I want that, I want that, for outside. But it's just like, how am I feeling? How do I want to be feeling? There are some people that even don't know what they want, or just like, it's so many options that they cannot choose one. But you don't need to choose one. You can live it all. You can have it all, right, Regan? My dream one day, she says this: we can have it all. But having it all, how do I want to feel having it all? Because that's why they say people were creating and manifesting from a place of lack, of sadness, of depression, and when the things really came into their life, didn't change a thing, because the inside was the same. And that's not what we want. That's not what I want. That's not what Aura wants. We want a real joy, an inner state of joy. And this is something different from happiness, okay? Something different from things that I give you instant gratification. It's a state of being in joy. Why? Because if my state of being is joy, when I make some mistake, I'm not my worst enemy with myself. When someone makes a mistake with me, I give them space for their mistake. I talk about it to them, or I just get out of that. Because I know now that my inner state of joy needs my presence to choose peace, to choose wisely the conversations that I have, to choose wisely the people that I get in my field, in my inner circle, in my life. because I'm that best friend for myself. I need it. I am my BFF. I am my best friend. That's why even in my worst days now, I still take myself out to nature, to see people, to breathe, to take some water, to drink some tea, to go to the beach, to go to sing. Instead of taking me to a place of suffering, of judging, of being really hard with myself. Because now I'm choosing to be in this shape of my best friend. I am my inner best friend. I want the best for me. I want peace, I want love, I want joy. So that's why I choose this. I choose not to entertain other people hurt feelings about me, resentment. If they have it, it's theirs. It's not my mission to change it. My mission is to change myself from the things that I see that need to get better. For me, for my peace, for my love, for my freedom, for the right relationships to appear. Shape-shifting, that is the beginning of really understanding something that is really profound. And this is just like the salt in the food, because it's really deep. And for us to go deep, I needed to break a little bit in phases of knowledge, because it is something that fundamentally you need to see you as a human in the history of humanity, and not you on your small life that exists in a blink of an eye with the fragment of the entire humanity. And this is a more like a indigenous way of living life, as I lived and reconnected from within. So we start from the beginning. This is just like the first level or the first book of a trilogy, let's say, going deep in what shape-shifting is and why this cosmovision, this awareness, is the fundamental base of everything we do inside here. For those who are ready to change their lives, change their bodies, because I work with the body, I work with like how can we be more precisely happy with our bodies, and having a ground for the transformation. Because a lot of people came into my life working with transformation, giving me something and not giving a ground. They were given because of them and not really seeing the reality and aware of the other human that is another universe in front of them. And this is really dangerous because you can actually manipulate someone to see life like you see it, and you keep them stuck in something that it's not real for them. And this actually is going to cause more pain, more separativeness and more damage. So here in Aura, we are in an ethic process of transformation, of developing the identity of people with joy inside. That is not something really small in the world that we are living in this right now. So yeah, I'm going to bring more concepts here, raw, going even deeper and deeper and deeper, and you might not really like some things, but some things you might like. Oh, this is the first time someone is actually speaking my language, and come to the field if that's your feeling, because if I do this, I do for love. I'm bringing this to the field, to life, because something whispered for me that I needed to do this. And my dream is to give a joyful life, a more joyful life to people, and that starts from within. Freedom from within, inside to the outside. So join us and be in movement.